Who wants to see some ugly figs? These are off of my Unghiarolo tree that's in the ground. And obviously the bugs like them. Lots and lots and lots of, I'm assuming is sugar spotting, but I don't know. I've gone over them checking for mold. This one actually had a bunch of syrup coming out of the eye, even ripening in the rain. So I'm guessing it's probably going to be pretty good. Don't go by the size on this one. Most of them are a lot bigger than this. But that looks pretty syrupy and pretty ripe, if you ask me. Hang time on this one in the ground this week has been pretty relatively quick, which is odd because in the pot they take a lot longer. This one's not quite as ripe. But Unghiarolo is kind of a rare tree. You can see there, that little flap. That's the unghia. I guess it means fingernail in Italian. And this one's a little bit less ripe still. They come off the tree pretty easy, especially in this cold. So these may have been wanting to drop from the tree because it's shocked with all the change in the weather so fast, but this one, it's just sweet and it's nothing to write home about. We'll try this one. It's a little bit more ripe. It's a lot bigger. I don't see any mold or anything. It's a little bit better. Sweeter. Juicier, for sure. But again, not super complex. Now, this is the most well-ripened Unghiarolo I've gotten in 2 years. And it's this little tiny one that was actually hidden down below on the tree. This is the one with the syrup coming out of the eye, even in the rain. There was a little tiny bit of mold around the eye that I cut off. I wish that bite was bigger. That was really actually pretty good. And I can taste a little bit of caramel flavor, even with the weather washing the flavor out. If this was ripening in the heat, I'm guessing it would pick up a lot of that caramel kind of flavor. So that's really cool. Nice fig, very sweet. Can't say it's more than a sugar or honey fig yet. The potted tree, unfortunately, my dogs stripped the tree clean. As soon as they started to come on, they all come on at the same time. And that happened on the in-ground tree as well. As soon as one starts to ripen, they all ripen at the same time, which is interesting compared to some of the other trees that ripen one or two here and there. But the dogs loved the fruit off of this tree, the potted one, and they were much bigger than this. So, as yet to be determined on flavor. I have maybe one more across the two trees that will ripen, hopefully after this weather subsides, and then I'll have a better idea on flavor. But for now, I will say it is early. It's relatively rare, and it's got a nice flavor. Now, is there going to be a buying frenzy on Unghiarolo? I have no idea. Is it warranted? I think it's warranted for the fact that it's early. So we'll see. You know, I'm not sold 100% one way or another on it, but I put it in the ground because it is early, and because I, frankly, thinking about my collection, I had a lot of Etnas in the ground, and outside of 1 or 2 honey types, I didn't have much. And I figured, okay, sugar type, honey type, I need something else in the ground. I went with this one because of the ripening dates. So end of September, first year in the ground, it's ripening. It's going to ripen its whole crop. The potted tree is already ripened all but one of its entire crop. You know, you can't argue with data like that. So I think it's a winner here for the Willamette Valley and possibly the greater Pacific Northwest. I don't know beyond the little bit of results that I've been able to test this year how it's going to do long term. I think it's going to get better. I think it's going to develop its flavors more as the trees mature. So Unghiarolo, good fig, and hopefully I can report more on it in the future. All right, take care.